The Asian markets, they're trading more or less in the positive territory this morning.
The vaccine has close to 95% efficacy. What we all want is if somebody gets infected, that they don't get severe disease.
Dollar index, because that's now at 92.5. If it starts to break 92, that would mean a fresh bear market for the dollar. I think that's more important because that means FII flows.
Right from the finance minister and the Leaping secretary as well, that multiple parties have submitted interest of expression.
Very close to 12,900. Okay, it's about 100 points higher. Sensex up 370.
I think the next level of up move, though post a breather, would be taken up by the cyclical part of the economy.
The Nifty is off about 100 points from the top of the trading session as we speak.
Balance sheet is a priority, and we'll look forward for, there are some scheduled repayments which we'll go through it. So, but the bulk of it has been done.
It has improved the offer that Oaktree had made about 31,000 crores, and now Adani has upped it to 31,250 crores for the entire book.
China has already FTAs with everyone else in RCEP except for India and Japan.
Market is coming back. We're up 83 points now.
Okay, it's been such a strong bull market. Once again, a new all-time high on the Nifty, 12,860, 52-week high on the mid-cap index, and the Bank Nifty once again outperforming. That's been the key, right? 1.6% higher on the Bank Nifty, and now we are about 29,000 on the Bank Nifty. Let's see what the last hour brings for us. Sonia, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. I mean, what a solid run, right? One would have thought at some point there would be some profit taking, but it hasn't come through. And Anuj, the good part today is the broader market has seen so much traction. So the consumption basket, cement, autos, all looking really good. I think that's something that you were talking about earlier in the day as well.
Yeah, you know, Sonia, the broader market has a lot to catch up. The caveat here is that the FII money would still chase the large stocks. So large stocks would do well, but perhaps mid caps could do better in this phase because there's so much value in the mid caps and small caps. I think Reliance is the only sort of missing piece. Once again, this is breaking 2,000 on the way down. Other than that, I think this market's got really almost everything going for it. Banks are doing well, autos are doing well. Look at the way cement has risen. I don't know, you'll notice one thing. You know, last month the big complaint was that a lot of companies came out with good numbers, but the stocks didn't react because the market positioning was like that. But look at now how some of these stocks are bouncing back, whether it's an Ambuja Cement or an ACC or an Ultratech Cement in general, some of the, you know, auto names. So all of these, you know, adding up. And of course, the leadership is intact in terms of the Bank Nifty leadership with the big banks, HDFC Bank and Kotak. And now stocks like SBI are also joining in. So I think this is a market where all dips, consolidations are getting bought. There's no point, you know, sitting out of this rally. You have to participate. You know, maybe you're a reluctant participant. You participate via call options, but on dips, consolidation, you have to participate.
Absolutely, and there's so many spaces. You spoke about cement. I mean, look at life insurance, like HDFC Life hitting new highs. Yeah. The market cap has surged. I mean, you've had huge moves across sectors. So take your pick. I mean, the bulls are still in absolute control of this market. So let's do one thing. Let's tell you what's lined up on the show in the next 1 hour. It's green across the screen with the market back at the day's highs as the COVID vaccine hopes boost the market. The Nifty Bank outperforms the key indices. Tata Steel is the top Nifty gainer on the back of their strong Q2 numbers, with brokerages bullish on the stock. Details coming up. Tata Motors is also amongst the top Nifty gainers after the domestic festive period sales come in strong, and bookings and retail sales are up over 90%. And with the market scaling fresh highs, how should investors navigate this market? We'll get you a portfolio call from our Alpha Manager for the day, Harish Krishnan, the Executive Vice President and Senior Equities Fund Manager at Kotak AMC.
Okay, but before that, the last hour calls, because the Bank Nifty is once again showing a fresh breakout, about 29,000. Ashwani and Mitesh now joining us. Good afternoon. So, Ashwani, more of the same, right? A gap up, then some consolidation, and then one more round of rally. What's your approach to the index now incrementally, and what would be your stock calls?
See, the strength of any market is really determined by how short the consolidations are. Last 3 days, you can say we have consolidated a bit, although with an upward bias. And today itself, I think both Nifty and Bank Nifty are trading above those 11,780 and 29,000 levels. The bank nifty is now opening up a fresh 1200 point upside, because from 29,000 you went to 27,800, and now we are almost at recent highs. So that way I think the last hour should belong to the banks. But overall today has been a good day. Post good news there is often selling, and if that gets absorbed and market moves to the high point of the day, that shows what kind of buying is visible. Having said that, now we are moving into the capex phase of the bull market. So Larsen is a buy with a stop of 1070, target of 1150. Sundaram Fastener is a buy with a stop of 498, target of 520. And Cummins is a buy with a stop of 488, target of 510.
Okay, well, we are moving to the capex phase of the market. That's what Ashwini Gujral is saying. Mitesh Thakkar, good afternoon. What is the space that you're looking at this afternoon? I mean, so much is moving. As we speak, cement stocks are now at the day's highs. So anything from that pocket you like?
See, in fact, as you rightly said, most of the spaces are showing good momentum. There is some sectoral rotation also happening, and cement has come into some kind of a traction on the upside today. But it's the breadth, which keeps on impressing me and suggests that this time we should again try and make one more attempt towards this 12,950, 13,000 zone. For the time being in cement, I think ACC has the strongest short-term chart pattern. So keeping a stop at 1680, maybe a target of around 1780, 1800 could be tested here. That about my trading calls for the time being. Have a buy on Chola Financial, keep a stop at 318, look for targets of 335, and Godrej Properties is a buy with a stop below 1040 for targets of 1100.
Okay, well, this is one market where a lot of people believe that, look at the strength of the market. Almost everyone knew that Tata Steel perhaps would be good numbers and that they'll announce something about the European business. There was a lot of build-up ahead of that, and the stocks rallied 7% after that. So that's the kind of market that we're in. Now, since talking about Tata Steel, here's Nigel, who will tell us what all has happened and why the stock's up 7%. Nigel.
Well, Anuj, the quarter two numbers were splendid on the India EBITDA per ton and the Europe EBITDA per ton. But what's even better is quarter three is going to look blockbuster in comparison to quarter two, because in fact steel prices domestically are up by 4,000 to 5,000 rupees. So that's telling you that EBITDA is going to get a boost by more than 4,000 rupees. The second factor is that they've reduced debt, and the third factor, as you mentioned, the street was bracing for a deal, and it appears now with the details that we have got, and we here at CNBC TV18 had alerted our viewers that it's likely to happen, that the street is quite happy with the deal, with the contours of the deal so far that have been announced. Brokerages, they're very, very impressed with regard to what Tata Steel has done. Credit Suisse, they've upped the target price from around 360 rupees odd all the way to 630 rupees. They say that in fact deleveraging, the India business is looking good. The European business spreads are looking much better than estimated. And in fact, valuation wise, it's still not very, very expensive at around 5.2 times EV upon EBITDA. Kotak, well, they're echoing that particular stance. They as well have gone ahead and increased their target price to 635. And also, they have said that in fact, the India business is going to be driving the performance going ahead. JP Morgan, they in fact have upped the target price to around 690 rupees. They say that from around 1 lakh crore rupees of debt at the start of this financial year, by the end of FY23, the debt could come down to around 70,000 crores, which is much better than what they were factoring in earlier. And BofA ML as well, they are factoring in better operations in terms of results from India business, European business, as well as the debt reduction is faster than was anticipated earlier. We, in fact, on the con call, we asked the management, what is their plan with regard to the Netherlands asset sale? Let's hear out what they had to tell us earlier today.
We had a significant debt reduction of more than 8,000 crores during the quarter. We had always said that we wanted to reduce debt by at least $1 billion a year. Last year we couldn't do that, but this year we were focused on doing it despite the pandemic. Fundamental performance will continue to improve because the markets are improving and the mix is getting better. Working capital release in subsequent quarters will not be the same as what we saw in Q2. But having said that, we were cash positive in Q1 and Q2, and we'll certainly be cash positive in Q3 and Q4.
Okay, Mehrbun Irani is now joining us. Mehrbun, good afternoon. Your thoughts on Tata Steel? It's been the big gainer, of course. In the last 3 or 4 days, it's seen a rally from 440 all the way up to 530 now.
I think I still feel that there is some more room for upside. I think results, while people were expecting it to be good, have exceeded expectations. There is virtually a universal buy on the counter. And another thing I would like to state, Anuj, is that the overall sentiment towards metals has improved as we possibly move towards a clear global economic recovery, which may take its own time. But the direction is that now things should improve. So Tata Steel as a stock had become absolutely or relatively under-owned. And with there being a sudden gush of buying in the counter, we have seen the sharp upward movement. And I personally believe that there could be another at least 15 to 20% upside coming for this stock over the next couple of months or 3 months.
Okay, 15-20% upside from these levels. This is despite the 30% rally that we've already seen. So that's an optimistic view coming in from Mehrabun Irani. By the way, the market is on fire right now. Just take a look at some of these non-index large caps. Apollo Tyres, for example, is up 5.5%. This entire tire space has done so well ever since they reported their numbers. Good set of numbers coming in for most of the companies, looking pretty good there. And then you have something like an Astral Poly that's up almost 18% right now. Been a big mover this month, up about 40% already. Mehrabun, the space I wanted to ask you about was cement, because any and every cement stock is rallying right now, whether it's Shree Cement, India Cements, Ambuja is at a fresh high. What would your pick of the pack be from that lot?
I think this is another space which I like for quite some time, and I think somewhere the market has started recognizing it. The numbers for the quarter, virtually of every cement company, howsoever small it may be, maybe it may be Anjani Portland, maybe it's the Sagar Cement, Deccan Cement, all companies across the sector have come up with wonderful results. Now the point is, how are the stocks behaved? There has been a clear thumbs up from the market over the last 1.5 months. Virtually everybody is saying buy cement, and the stocks have gone up also. Now, among all this, I still believe that my old favorite, Dalmia Bharat, stands out. The company has a capacity of 26.7 million tons, which should be ramped up, or we should go up rather, over the next 12 months to around 35.3 million tons. And this capacity increase of nearly 30% is going to happen with debt coming down. If one looks at the quarterly results over the last 4-5 quarters, the company has consciously worked towards reduction of debt. Now, even if we look at the EBITDA, I think it is going at around just 7.8 times, which makes the stock extremely attractive vis-a-vis the others. So while Shree Cement, Ultratech, all look attractive despite the rise in share prices, I think relatively, I would say Dalmia Bharat looks the most attractively valued. So even if the stock has gone up from 720 to the present 975, 980, I think the stock could be a 1200 rupee stock over the next 12 months with clear disclosure in place.
Okay, Mehrabun, stay on. We have more questions for you, but we need to take a break. We'll come back. We'll continue this conversation. Also, Harish Krishnan will be joining us from Kotak Mutual Fund. He is our Alpha Manager for the day.